Hi everyone and welcome to the Haunted Connections show. So we're bringing this to you from the Haunted Antiques Paranormal Research Centre in Hinckley, Leicester. And tonight we've got our lovely guest, Liz Cormell. Hi Liz.
Hiya, and my cat, Tasha.
I won't say Liz Carpenter.
Can I just say, well done, Jane. You got the name right.
Last week we had Paul Goddard on, and I got Paul Goddard in my mind, but it fell out my mouth as Paul Carpenter, and I don't know where it came from. So they've not let me forget that one.
This is the thing I have to put up with.
I really appreciate you getting my name right, because the number of times I get called Liz Cornell, you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
so, I'm not being ignorant. I'm sharing it throughout all the pages.
While Neil shares it out, do you just want to tell us a little bit about yourself? For people who don't know you, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Liz Cormell. I am a Norse witch and I am a paranormal investigator. I've been investigating paranormal since 2006. I went on my first investigation. I teach on an online university for witchcraft. I'm a storm chaser as one of my other hobbies, as well as the paranormal. I do tarot readings, I do past life regressions, I do house clearances, all the usual stuff, psychic medium, and I've just set up a tour company called Phantasm Tours.
Yes,
very so that's me. yes, and I foster cats.
Yeah. Oh, bless you. So you are one of our speakers for the ParaMeet coming up, ParaMeet Midlands.
Yes.
So we're very excited about that. So just give us a little bit about what you're going to talk about for us.
I haven't decided yet. Maybe people could put in the chat suggestions what they'd like me to speak about. I did fairies at the last one, and I was half thinking about doing dragon magic, or I can do Vikings or anything really.
Yeah.
So if anyone's got any suggestions what you'd like Liz to talk about at ParaMeet Midlands, put it in the chat and we will tell her. Of course, yes. you did get thrown in the deep end at ParaMeet South, didn't you?
Yes, just a little bit, thanks to my friend Kelly.
I did give you 10-minute warning.
It was a little bit longer than that, so I will give you that, yes.
Yeah, if you weren't at ParaMeet Midlands, unfortunately Richard Felix couldn't make it on the Sunday, was it?
I don't remember. I think it was a Sunday, yeah.
And so I thought, I was asking around who could we get to speak in Richard's place, and our Kelly, a friend of ours, said Liz will do it. So you had about half an hour warning, and you did it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes. Fortunately, because I'd got my laptop with me, I'd got my lessons that I'd already given. So I got a choice of topics that I could pick and choose from. So it wasn't from scratch off the cuff completely. So the Midlands one might be.
So even though you didn't know you were going to do a talk on that day, you were more organised and more planned than I was.
I'm very good at doing things on the hoof. Very good.
You'll get used to that when you're working with us, Liz.
Yeah. Well, everybody enjoyed your talk, so that was, it was a good talk.
Good.
So, yeah. So well done for.
I must admit,
being dropped in it and delivering a good talk.
One lady did say, "I'm glad Richard didn't make it now."
Oh, bless. I'm sorry, Richard.
She listened to your talk. She says, "Oh, that was interesting. I'm glad Richard couldn't make it." So it ain't that bad, is it?
No.
Well, I can always say I filled in for Richard Felix. If nothing else happens in my life.
That's it. You've made it now in the paranormal.
Yes. I think being asked to speak at ParaMeet is making it, to be honest.
Oh, bless you. You don't have to creep now. I've asked you to do it.
No, seriously, it is an honour because so many people go and so many people look up to yourself and Neil and Jane. So yeah, it is an honour to be asked to speak, because there's so many people out there who could do just as good a job, really. So
no, I must admit, we are very lucky in our guest speaker choices.
And it was very important to us to sort of keep all the speakers sort of mainly from the UK. We have had a couple sort of from outside the UK, haven't we?
Yeah.
But it's sort of important to us to sort of keep the speakers all from the UK, really.
So what do you think about that, Liz? Do you think it's a good idea just having UK speakers? Because we all know the other paranormal conventions, they tend to have the Americans, don't they?
I think it depends on what you want. From my experience, the Americans do things pretty much the same way as we do. And they've got, if you wanted to go to a convention a weekend over in the States, you could. So I think keeping it to UK speakers is a brilliant idea, because there's so many people, like I said, there's so many people out there who don't get the chance to talk about what they do.
Yeah.
That's why ParaMeet is so good, meeting everybody, and things like Haunting Magazine. It's giving people a chance who haven't been on TV or haven't been famous, kind of thing. You get the quality, not the quantity, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Hey, I've been on TV, I'll have you know.
So have I, usually in a white suit behind a police cordon, but
Oh, Neil went on, didn't you, on This Morning?
Yeah.
And he thought it was Ollie Willoughby pinching his bum, but we think it was
It was at the time.
Yeah, I have been thinking about it. I have been on Talk TV with Howard Hughes, The Unexplained with Howard Hughes. So I have been on TV with the paranormal, but less mainstream than This Morning.
Okay. So tell us about your new business, your Phantasm Tours. What's that all about?
It's basically an excuse for me to do what I love doing and make a living doing it. So
that's a bit like this place, really.
Yeah. So I'm an archaeologist. My degree's in archaeology. So I like putting spiritual practice into historical context. So looking at things like why do we think the Vikings worshipped in a certain way? Why do we talk to spirits in a certain way? Why does the Singapore theory work? Putting that in a historical context, using my skills as an archaeologist and visiting historical locations and giving background. I mean, as you know, most historical buildings and locations are haunted. So what's the background to that haunting? What happened at that place that makes the place haunted? Not just the battles and the suicides and the murders. What kind of history has that place got? So all of my locations and I think all of my hotels that I stay at are haunted. I go and check them out myself. So it's, like I say, it's combining the history and the paranormal. Week-long tour, at least 2 proper investigations, not kind of pop in, wave a K2 around and stay for an hour and a half, booking the place out for a 6-8 hour investigation, hopefully at places that are less known, a bit off the beaten track, using my knowledge as an archaeologist, taking people to see interesting places that they may not have heard about, certainly staying in hotels that not everybody will know about as well, that are haunted. So it's just doing what I love doing, really. I'm making some money out of it and sharing my passion with other people, hopefully getting people switched on to this is why we do investigations. It's not all about the scares or the adrenaline, which is fantastic. And it's not all about trying to find out what happens when we pass. It's about keeping historic locations going, preserving them for the future. Why are we preserving them for the future? Keeping the past living, basically.
Yeah.
So are all your tours that you do, are they all in the UK or do you have any sort of outside the UK?
I'm doing one next year to Iceland. which is an amazing place. I've fallen in love with the place. I would like to do maybe Southern Ireland, Republic of Ireland. I'd like to do Europe. It's just a case of building up the clientele, building up the interest. So England seemed the logical place to start. Well, England into Wales a little bit for the first one in September. But yeah, anywhere there is an interest to investigate, really.
Brilliant. Sounds interesting. So, are there other companies that do the same sort of thing, or do you think you've got a bit of a niche going?
There's a lot of people who do weekends, sort of weekend tours, sort of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which tend to be easy reach from each other. So there's quite a few paranormal groups that do two locations in a weekend. There aren't very many in the world that do what I do, week-long tours using history and paranormal. And I don't know of anybody else who does full overnight investigations on their tours either. And I don't think there are any who have archaeologists. There are archaeology tours, and there are history tours, and there are paranormal tours. But I've not heard of anybody who does all of it all rolled into one.
Sounds very exciting. I think that sounds really exciting. You know, if you could get, say, half a dozen of your mates and go on a tour to, say, Iceland for a week, that would be amazing.
Isn't that Iceland cold?
Yeah, but you got volcanoes. It's a fantastic landscape.
Is it not Iceland where the volcanoes erupting now?
Yeah, they're always erupting in Iceland. Iceland is a volcano. It's just one big volcano.
All right.
With lots of different outlets.
That's why I keep going, because I the last thing to tick off my bucket list is to see a volcano erupt, and I've been to Iceland twice now, and failed miserably twice since December, and in between times it's erupted. I've just been missing it for two days either side. Both times I missed an eruption, so I will see one. But yeah, Iceland, there's all sorts of fairies and trolls, and they very much believe in the little folk and stories of witchcraft, and it's all the Norse sagas, because they've kind of kept the pre-Christian, although they're Christian, they have kept a lot of the pre-Christian beliefs as well. A bit like Ireland, I guess.
Yeah,
and little pockets.
Say the Iceland does still have quite a Norse sort of Viking influence, doesn't it?
Yes, Icelandic is the closest living language to Old Norse as well, which is why I'm trying desperately to learn it.
Wild Bill says Greenland cold, Iceland warm. Then he says Iceland is Nordic law.
Yes, they still do use the Nordic legal system to a certain extent. They were the ones that got fed up their parliament, so chucked out all the politicians and roped a load of regular people in from all walks of life. All the bankers got sacked by the people, and it kind of it's very, very Norse, Old Norse.
I like them straight away. As soon as you said all the politicians got sacked and all the bankers got sacked, they're my kind of people.
Well, that's how it should be, I reckon. The people should, all these people governing the people should be accountable to the people.
Well, that's how it started, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
So the people with money decided to think, we'll have that bit. We'll tell these minnows what to do.
Yeah.
Tax them for it. Anyway, then we're not talking about politics.
Politics.
We're not talking about politics.
Talking about bollocks, yes. Freudian slip there.
That's your average politician, isn't it? What they spout.
Bollocks, yeah.
Bollocks.
Yes.
It's going down already, look.
But yes, my added bonus is I do a lot of work with Patty Negri, who a few people might know, and she's coming on a couple of my tours. So my tour in September, she'll be there, and The Iceland one is a University Magicus, which is the university I teach at. Quite a few of the founding 3 are coming with me on that tour. So there is a little bit of celebrity. It's not just little old me. But yeah, we've done a lot of research. I've done a lot of research. Like I say, I have visited every single place that is on every single one of my tours.
Blimey.
So how many people, because it's quite a specialist sort of tour, how many people can you sort of, are the numbers restricted? Do you only have a small group? How many people do you take on your tours?
I'm aiming for 15 maximum. So you all get contact, all the guests get contact with myself and Patty, and proper time rather than being rushed round and get 5 minutes to talk to people at different locations. I want to keep it as a nice, small, familial group. So it is like a group of mates. And I will quite happily arrange bespoke tours if people want just them and like 6 mates and me. I will arrange tours. Other than flights, I will do pickup from airports, the hotels and the transport for a week or a weekend, and then drop you back off at the hotel. Flights get very, very messy with insurance and all that kind of thing. So I steer clear from flights.
Don't blame you. Don't blame you at all. So where are you off to in September?
All over the country. So Sinai House is the first stop.
Oh, not far from
Yeah. Then over to Wales to do Craignos and Castle Coch and Caerphilly Castle. And then up to Lancaster and Pendle, down through a few sites in the Midlands, including Glastonbury, all the way down to Bodmin and Boscastle, the Museum of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and then back up through the Cotswolds, through Oxfordshire, with a bit of myth and legend thrown in, back to Birmingham. So Birmingham Airport's pick up and drop off point.
So
that's pretty central, isn't it?
That's
so
a whole week.
Yes. Yes. 7 days, 6 nights. 4-star or above hotels. And like I say, all of them are historic locations. Easy for me to say. They are beautiful hotels. There's old mills. There's a place with an old tithe barn in the grounds. Old manor houses that are now hotels, all that kind of stuff. Beautiful places.
Brilliant.
Yeah, sounds great.
So is that sold out now?
No, there are some tickets left, yes.
Okay. So I'm just trying to help you promote it, really.
Yes. Yeah, no. Yeah, there's still quite a few tickets. If people go to phantasmtours.com, there's an option to put a deposit down and pay by instalments, or they can pay in full. The Iceland tour is on there as well. What I'm sneaky, I'm going to be doing at the ParaMeet 10% discount with a voucher code. So come and find me at ParaMeet Midlands, and I will give you a discount code to get 10% off your booking for the September tour.
Oh, sounds
that's
good.
good then. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's you've got a stall at the ParaMeet as well. I'm promoting.
Yes.
Yourself. That's good.
Yes. And hopefully an ad in the programme as well.
Yeah, your ad has been done actually.
Excellent.
What I'm doing with the programme, I'm doing it myself. So I'm printing. It's A4 folded in half, so it's A5. Each page is A5. So I'm printing a page off at a time, so then I know what I've done. Otherwise, I get confused. Other people would say it's easier to just print them all off, but I'm still getting people. Aren't I, Jane?
Yeah.
I've still got people who haven't given me their adverts yet.
I know. Oh dear. He's hanging on the tail of the donkey at the minute.
So,
it's all gone to shit.
But your advert has been done.
Fantastic. Excellent. And I've also got an advert in the latest edition of Haunted magazine as well, which is really good. So yeah,
You got your copy of the magazine yet?
I have, yes. It arrived Monday. It's around somewhere.
Is it any good, or you not had a chance to read it? Or...
I haven't had a chance to look at it, to be honest. I'm booking coaches and working out various things for various different people, Neil.
I don't know what you mean, Liz. We will tell you now, all the people watching, we are going to be working with Phantasm Tours, and we are looking at booking a weekend tour, isn't it? That we're looking at not this October, next October-ish. We're not saying where, but
Somewhere very special.
We are looking forward to working with you, and I'm looking forward to it because you're doing all the work. And
as long as I get a good commission, I'm happy.
It's a lot easier than organising Iceland, I imagine.
No, because Iceland, you have to basically have a local tour guide and coach company.
Oh, really?
And I've got a friend who lives there and works in the hotel industry. So that's been dead easy because I've just gone, Nick, who's the best? And he's gone, these people. I've gone, okay. So that's been really easy. Yeah. And picking where we're going to has been the fun bit because it means I keep getting to go to Iceland on business. So yes, it's but it's only a 3-hour flight from London, so it really is worth a trip if anybody doesn't want to come on my tour, though I can't see why they wouldn't want to come with me. But if they want to go to Iceland, I definitely recommend it because there's some amazing places, especially if you know where to look, which is what I'm hoping people will pay for, is because I've got insider information.
And Iceland isn't that big, is it? It's quite small, so you can get around.
I have no idea.
The outer circle, which is basically a ring road that goes around the whole of Iceland, takes about 10 days to do it properly. But there's the golden circle, which is the touristy bit. Apart from Grindavik, which is exploding right now, you can do that in sort of a couple of days. You could do that over a weekend if you just want to go to the tourist hotspots. But what I'm doing is a week, not too far away from Reykjavik, going through the centre to Vik. Most of the rest of the island, I mean, they're expecting a big winter storm like tomorrow, so they still do get really bad winter weather. And if the snow hits and you're like right over on the east coast, you can't get back to Reykjavik at all. It's a bit hit and miss with the travel. You need a 4-wheel drive. But yeah, it's a beautiful place, absolutely stunning place, and I love the Icelandic people. They're my kind of people. They don't.
What weird?
Well, yeah, there is that.
It's an Iceland full of weirdos, then.
Yes, yeah. There's trolls wandering around and all sorts of things, but they don't want to make small talk. They like, these people, you sit on a bus and it's like, oh, I just want to read my book, and somebody chats and their life story within half an hour. The Icelandic people aren't like that at all. It's like yes, no answer. A bit like the Finns, same kind of personality.
Do you ever go on a buzz in England and get the nutter?
Always.
I'm just everyone the comes on the bus and everyone says, "Don't sit by me."
Yeah, that's why I don't go on the bus anymore. I think they've got weirdo radar. They recognise a fellow weirdo.
In a year and a half, I get my bus pass, so I intend to go on the bus everywhere just so I can get it free.
Just to use it.
Yeah, my mum did that.
I was actually gutted the other year when I found out you can get your free prescriptions when you're 60. And I said, well, I've had 4 years now. I've never had a prescription.
Oh.
And I'm gutted. I just want...
Whatever it's for.
Just give me a tablet so I can have it free. I won't take it. Alistair says every bus has a designated nutter. I'm sure they do. And where the village I come from, had more than our fair share of nutters. You don't live far from it now, Joe. So, anyway, let's get back to the ParaMeet. This will be your third time at talking at ParaMeet, won't it?
Yes, it will. Yes.
So, is it still as exciting, or is it thinking, oh no, not again?
No, I really enjoy it because I like to find a different topic. So hopefully, anybody who hears me speak won't have heard what I'm talking about, because there is so much out there.
You didn't hear that, did you?
No.
I says they wouldn't have heard it.
Yes.
I'm in a taking mood tonight. Sorry, I do apologise.
It's my Somerset coming out. That would have heard it.
So, anyone who's watching, if you've got an idea or a suggestion for Liz to what you'd like Liz to talk about, put it in the chat, and we will tell Liz. See if she can accommodate you. But I think people especially like ParaMeet South one. It's about the little folk, weren't it?
Yes.
And
that's kind of how my talks go. It's kind of like, what have we got? Documentary, archaeological evidence, and then what do people still believe in? That's how I try and base it in fact as much as possible. So like all my Viking, I've done a big series of Viking lectures, and it's all about the sagas and Norse pagan practice, because that's what I'm a pagan, Norse pagan. So what have we got in the documentary evidence? What have we got in archaeology? So what can we put 2 and 2 together and make 7 out of?
Yeah.
Because that's what we're doing, basically. Same with druidical practice. We don't really know, but you can have a good guess at it.
Yeah, fascinating. And the first one, you did interview techniques or something, didn't you?
Yes, using my police background.
I remember.
Well done.
Down again. So you're open to suggestions. What if no one suggests anything? You're just going to find it an interesting subject and rattle on?
Yeah, I'll find something. I might do something like, I don't know, the Norse gods, or I don't know, Viking burial practices. There's a good one. Not particularly spiritual, but there's a spiritual link in there.
Hey, it doesn't. ParaMeet's not all about ghosts, is it? It's we can talk about anything at ParaMeet. I think that's a good thing.
Deviant burials. There's a good one.
What burials?
Deviant burials. Basically, anybody who isn't buried east-west in a Christian grave is known as a deviant burial. So you get burials face down, the bog bodies, burials at crossroads, so witchcraft, vampirism, unchristened babies, all that kind of stuff. They would come under the deviant burial category. But there's all sorts of weird and wonderful ones with rocks on top of them and scythes across their throats and nails in their mouths and all that kind of stuff.
Well, that sounds interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Victor says Liz is always super interesting, no matter what the subject.
I know a lot about I know a little about a lot. Jack of all trades.
I know nothing about everything.
And if I don't know something, I'll make it up. No, that's not true.
I do. Vicky, you won't have time to listen to any of the talks anyway. You're going to be so busy. Haunted Happening, Vicky and the Haunted Happenings guys will be looking after the haunted bedroom again this year. So
fantastic.
They're going to be very busy. Plus, this year we've got lots of it. I've got lots of experiments for people to try as well. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I might find a volunteer to man my stall then. Just leave a card with a sign-up list, and then I can do stuff, because that's the problem with having a stall. You miss out. Like, I didn't go to the haunted bedroom at ParaMeet South. No, I didn't get a chance.
Oh, no. Is that because you're busy?
Yes. Well, the first night I drank quite a lot, as I remember.
Right, yeah, I heard that one.
Then I had 2 hours sleep. Then I did the store. Then I drank quite a lot.
There's bit of a trend going on there, isn't there?
Yes. Well, it's a social. That's the whole thing. It's a meet. It's like a moot.
On the first night, what time did you actually go to bed?
About maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock ish, maybe.
I had heard. I heard that a few of you were burning the candle.
Yeah. Well, this was problems at rugby, wasn't it? Because they didn't keep the bar open. The bar shut about 11 o'clock or something. And what paranormal investigator wants to go to bed at 11 o'clock? Everybody wants to sit up talking to or
they're just
doing
waking
things.
up then.
Well, that's it. We're trained every weekend. We're trained to do 12 hours shift solid and not get any sleep. So, yeah, anybody who went to bed before midnight was a lightweight.
Sorry. I am a lightweight, I know that. Vicky says, enjoying myself in Orlando at the minute. Oh.
Wow.
Food Brothers are watching. Lots of people watching.
Yay.
Vicky says, I will make sure I drag you to the bedroom. Oh, for a ghost.
Oh.
Sorry.
I'm disappointed now.
Hannah says, Liz, you're such a lovely lady.
Oh, thank you.
You obviously don't know her that well then, Amanda. I'm joking. Sorry, I'm in a funny mood tonight.
You are. I think it's excitement, isn't it? Because you know what we were doing just before we sort of went live? We were looking at trophies for the awards night.
Ooh. Yes, because it's posh do night, isn't it, on the Saturday night?
Posh do night.
I need to find my frock.
Yeah, Alistair says, had a good drink with Liz last year and we were singing the Milky Way advert.
Yes. Yeah, I think we reminisced about childhood adverts and childhood TV shows and theme tunes and things like that. Yes.
That's good fun though, isn't it?
Yes.
It is good fun reminiscing your childhood.
It is.
I'm that old now. No one can remember the programs I can remember. Can you remember Watch with Mother?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
The wooden tops.
Wooden top. I love the wooden top. You ain't got Yeah, Bill and Ben. They were my favourites.
Yeah. I don't remember them, but my parents told me about them. Yes.
Yeah, I used to watch with Mother, obviously with my mum, and Andy Pandy was on it, and the wooden tops.
Yeah. I still remember some of the songs. Nothing.
Yes.
But sawdust and hay.
Oh,
sawdust and hay for dinner today.
What was it? Here comes Muffin the mule.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey. Vicky says, you will never be disappointed with me, Liz, taking you ghost hunting. Neil and I wasn't a lightweight at South. Neil, I wasn't a lightweight at South, although we did go up at 3 a.m.
3 a.m.'s a respectable time.
No, I can't do it now, you know. That kills me.
Yeah, no, I'm
we do sort of ghost hunt a bit different, don't we? Because we don't really do late nights as such. We can be in a place and within a couple of hours we've sort of pretty much
finished.
And if we go around people's houses to sort it out, within an hour it's pretty much sorted. You know, we don't have to spend a lot of time sitting in the dark doing nothing to get it all sorted, do we?
No, even when we film for GPN, and if our shows that we put on GPN, we say it's late at night, but we're filming then at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Got bin bags up at the windows.
It's dark, and we say it's 9 o'clock, and it's 1 o'clock.
See, I just like the social aspect of investigating as well. There's the investigating side, and then there's the social side. So, you kind of do a couple of hours investigating and then a couple of hours chatting and then a couple of hours investigating. So it's certainly a lot cheaper than going to a club and buying drinks out these days.
Yeah. Okay, Stephen says, I believe around Sinai in Burn-upon-Trent, there was a vampire who has to be reburied and pegged for the heart every year, every 5 years.
Yep, that's the story. Yes.
I didn't know that, Stephen. Thanks for telling us that. That's interesting. Of course, Burn-on-Trent is just down the road, and you're going there September. That's part of your tour.
That's the first day of my tour. That is.
So watch the vampire just in case they forgot to peg him.
I'll take some garlic. I won't take holy water because it'll burn.
It's all right till you splash it on yourself.
Exactly, yes. A, it's water and I'm a witch, and B, it's holy water, so I'm doubly damned.
You've had it, ain't you?
Yeah. No, I'll stick with the garlic.
So, I actually think your talk would be good. What you said about this burial.
Deviant burials.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word deviant because this year the ParaMeet Midlands is slightly different to all the others. The speakers are in the same room as some of the stalls. So, because it's a big room, isn't it?
Yeah.
And because a comment I was given quite a few times is the vendors couldn't see the speakers because they're at the tables.
Yeah.
So we've addressed that a little bit this year. They're not all in the same room. Some are in, like the mediums will be in the room on their own, that sort of thing. But so
yeah. The other thing is, as a stall holder, the room empties when the talks are on.
Yeah.
So there's hardly ever anybody there anyway, but you don't want to leave your stall because there's all your stuff there. So having it in the same room, see how it works.
Yeah, so we're going to try it. And ParaMeet North is going to be the same as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, isn't that one big room?
That is one big room.
Everyone's in together.
So
I haven't been asked to talk at ParaMeet North.
Have you not?
No.
Talk to the organiser then. Tell him to pull his finger out.
Well, it's not like I prepare anything way in advance, so.
Were you planning on coming to ParaMeet North though?
I will make the effort if I'm asked to speak.
Talking about a bitch, she's a bit forward tonight, isn't she? I'm sure we can squeeze you in, Liz. There you go.
No, I was thinking about coming. Yeah, and maybe just not having a stall, and because when's ParaMeet North? That's October. Is it October?
October, yeah.
Yeah, we see. Hopefully, my first tour will have been done by then. So the big marketing push is gone, but I am thinking of doing weekend like witchy retreats.
Yeah.
Next year, like starting up every couple of months, do a weekend. So I might be marketing those. So, but yeah, I was kind of half thinking of coming to the north as a tourist rather than a vendor.
All right. Well, now you're going to come as a speaker. Okay, sorted. I'll squeeze you. I'll squeeze you in somewhere. To be honest, I've not thought much about the ParaMeet North because I'm concentrating solely on ParaMeet Midlands at the minute because I've still got loads to do. And it's only 3 weeks Saturday. You didn't realise that, didn't you? Yes. It's coming quick.
Yeah, it doesn't take me long to write my talks.
No, I'm doing a PowerPoint presentation. The welcome. I'm throwing some jokes in it.
No.
Yeah, I am. Vicky says, "Roped in like me, Liz." I don't rope you in. I don't rope you in, Vicky. You volunteer.
It's nice to be needed.
Vicky, when you volunteer, you don't just volunteer yourself. You volunteer the rest of the Haunted Happenings team. They come thinking the guests. Oh, you're doing the guest host done. They do love it. Yeah, and I'm very I do appreciate them doing it. Vicky says,
And they do work hard.
They do work hard. They didn't work so hard down south. Just doing it. Was the Vicky? At rugby, I think they did 19 hours of vigils over the weekend.
Ouch.
So they did work hard.
Yeah.
Everybody said how fantastic it was, didn't they? We never had any negative feedback whatsoever, and everybody said how good doing those doing the tours were and the investigations in the rooms, and people just were just booking in, and it was just really good.
Yeah. Vicky says got 9 of them roped in for the Midlands. 9. I hope
mob-handed.
I hope Hazel got no events booked on for that weekend.
Not anymore.
Team members.
Is Hazel talking at ParaMeet Midlands?
Hazel is doing a talk at ParaMeet Midlands as well, so it's going to be good. So yeah, I am really, really looking forward to ParaMeet Midlands.
Yes.
I think ParaMeet South was a bit of an unknown for us, wasn't it? Because it's so far from home. But having it in Hinkley, it's going to be nice.
But it went well, didn't it? It went well.
It went well.
Yeah. And there were quite a few people who said because it was south, it was easier for them to get to.
Yeah.
And they'd enjoyed it so much, they were thinking about coming up to the Midlands. So I think it worked because it kind of pulled people in then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Midlands, we've got people coming from Ireland coming.
Yes. Jenny is coming. Yeah.
Glasgow, Cornwall. I've got people all around the country coming, which is nice. No pressure.
No, it'll be fantastic. I'm sure it'll be great.
So, tell us your opinion on it. Why do you think the ParaMeet is such a success?
Because there's no egos. It's just everybody together having a good time, talking about what they're passionate about.
Yeah.
And it's not us and them speakers and guests. It's just everybody's the same. Everybody's all the same team. We're all interested in the paranormal. As to borrow Barry's phrase, proud to be paranormal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. You got a question for Liz?
Oh, yes.
Oh, go on then. Jump in.
Do you think that you'll be writing any books, or have you got any literature that you're thinking of promoting?
Yes, I actually, the Haunted Magazine guys actually said they will publish my book that I haven't written yet. I'm writing a book called Pagan Shadows in Christianity. So it's all the little bits and pieces that have carried over from pagan practice and have been absorbed into Christianity. Most people know about Christmas and all the stuff around Christmas. But I've got a lot of examples with churches and iconography in churches. A lot of the holidays, the festivals and Christian festivals are linked with pagan festivals. So there's a book that I have planned. I've got as far as writing the chapters, chapter list, and I've got bits and pieces. I've done all the research and I've taken all my own photographs. So I need to disappear for maybe a month to write it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just difficult, isn't it? It's life gets in the way.
My second one's been put on hold for the time being.
Yeah, my book's coming on, but it's not. It's gone in a bit of a different direction.
It's not the book you were writing, is it?
No,
it's another book.
It's something else that's evolved, and it's become quite it's more or less writing itself.
Excellent. I think I'm hoping mine will, because I've done so much research and bits of my talks are based on my book, like the deviant burial stuff. There's bits of that will be going in my book. So yeah, I think it's one of those hurdles that seems bigger than it is because it's my first book. I've not written a book before, so there's always that kind of can I do it? How do I do it? Get over that first hurdle. But I've got ideas for about 5 that I need to sit down. Like I say, life gets in the way. I need to disappear off and be a recluse for a bit, I think.
I'll come with you. I can get mine finished though. You have a book writing retreat.
Yes, maybe that's something I need to do as part of Phantasm Tours, is like once a year do 4 weeks of nothing, no internet allowed, no mobile phones allowed, just sitting in the countryside and writing.
Yeah, I'm just going to say log cabin in the woods somewhere. That'd
Yes. Up in the north of Scotland somewhere.
Yeah.
I think you'd sell out on that one.
Yeah, I think you would.
Problem is, then, if there's too many people, you just chat to each other then, don't you? You don't get any writing done.
Shut up.
I'd have to hire a place like, I don't know, like Centre Parks where there's separate cabins and everybody has their own cabin.
Yeah.
You're not allowed out your own cabin unless it's meal time. And then you have to go back to your own cabin and then you're locked in.
Yeah. You can't come out until you finish your next chapter.
Yes.
Yeah. But there's always a yes, but you'll miss all the good TV programs on the telly.
Oh, they'll be on catch up.
Like Love Island.
What?
Oh.
Who watches that?
The worst thing from my point of view is missing the Formula One. That would be gutting.
My mum said she put the telly on last night to watch News at 10. It was about 10 to 10, and Love Island was on. And she says she was so embarrassed that they are the same species as she is. She says, I've never seen a couple of idiots like them.
Yeah.
But sorry, but I do apologise if you like watching Love Island, but it is garbage. Most of the TV shows are garbage.
Yes.
Apart from
on GPN, obviously.
GPN, of course.
Get the plug in.
Yeah, you have to plug it. There's going to be lots of plugs for GPN at the ParaMeet.
And so there should be. You organised it.
Yeah.
You can plug yourself as much as you like. It's your event.
I am really looking forward to ParaMeet Midlands. It's this. It just got us. To me, it feels a bit special. Don't know why.
Well, I think because you got the award. It's the first time we've done the award.
It's in Inclay. First time in Inclay. The award ParaMeet, the GPN Awards. That's going to be a good night.
Yeah, because we've not done anything like that before. I think anything like that when you do.
I just think it's going to be hilarious watching all these paranormal investigators who normally wear black jeans and hoodies. They've all got to wear posh frocks.
We're not going to recognise each other.
Not the men, obviously.
Yeah, my posh frock will be black.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's
a black tie you do.
What colour's your posh frock?
I ain't got one.
Oh.
GPN hoodie. Vicky says Alex is promoting GPN in Orlando too. Good gal.
Yay.
Walking around with a baseball cap on round in Disney.
Cool.
I think she means she's walking around Disney wearing a GPN cap. Good gal.
Excellent.
Say.
Well, we do have a lot of viewers in America, don't we?
There's actually more viewers in America than in England at the minute.
Oh wow.
Which is surprising, to be honest.
Yeah, must be doing something right.
I don't know what.
There's more population over there.
Yeah. Wes Coleman says, great to see you, Liz.
Oh, hi, Wes.
Hi, Wes.
I hope you're doing well, Wes. I remember Wes from ParaMeet South. He made me bat poo myself.
I escorted him to the station to make sure he actually left.
Yeah, what, you'd had enough on him?
Well, no, I just wanted to make sure his passport didn't run out or something. So escorted him to the station.
Wes took part in the Q&A, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And one of the questions was, does he think that makes a difference because he's a prison officer? He shouted to scare the life out of me.
Yeah, the whole room jumped, I think. Yeah.
But it was great to meet you, Wes.
Yes.
Vicky says, sorry on my phone, no laptop spelling is bad.
Bless you, Rix. Thank you for chatting, though. I really appreciate you watching.
Yeah, it's nice when people make comments. Wes says it was a pleasure. It was good meeting you, honestly. But ParaMeet Midlands is special.
Yes, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Any more questions, Liz? Last 10 minutes. So I've run out of jokes now, and
you had some jokes.
No, I think I've insulted Liz enough now.
Where do you see your sort of tours going in the future? You know, if you could go anywhere with your tours and do anything, you know, for a week, what sort of thing would you do?
I've got my ideas for across America. Obviously not in a week, but doing parts of America. So I was kind of half thinking about doing like the Conjuring House, Hinsdale House, across to Ohio State Reformatory, and then across to Michigan Paracon, because that's the big Paracon over there where everybody's there. So different bits and pieces like that. What would be really nice if I get to the point where I can franchise it and somebody else can run the tours and organise the tours, and I'll just take a cut. Thank you very much.
That would be perfect, wouldn't it?
But like places like Italy that are amazing, and there's some incredible haunted places in Italy that would be really good. I'd love to go to Croatia. There's some interesting stories in Croatia. Romania, Canada, Australia, even New Zealand. Worldwide would be great. But at the moment, I want to sort of do.
You're just building you up now, don't you?
Yeah, well, the one in September will be my first one. I have run tours for other people before, so I'm not kind of brand new to running a tour.
Yeah.
But it will be the first one that I'm doing, and I've organised and I've set up the itinerary and done everything. So I know English history, well, British history and British archaeology very well. And I've always been interested in Anglo-Saxon and Viking mythology, and a bit of Welsh mythology as well. So that kind of ties into the tours. Like the one in September, it's called the Tour of the Weird and Werons. So it's witches and dragons, basically. So all the places we're visiting have got a link to either witchcraft or stories about dragons.
Okay, some comments. Vicky says would never miss it, Liz. I think she means the ParaMeet.
Yes.
Where's Coleman said next year, question mark. Then where says Liz is coming to Canada. Let me know if you need a tour guide, Liz.
Definitely. Yeah.
Sean says 3 years away from the paranormal, getting back and tempted with ParaMeet, Midlands ParaMeet. So
do it.
What would you say to Sean? But what would you say to Sean?
I would say
He's
you've been out here for a couple of
years.
years. Yeah, I would say come up to the ParaMeet, because you'll probably meet loads of people that you probably knew before. You'll meet lots of new people, and like Liz has said before, there's absolutely no egos there, and everybody is so warm, welcoming. There'll be lots of hugs, there'll be lots of chatting, there's lots of laughter, and it would be a really nice way to get yourself back on, back into the paranormal and make a lot of friends. And it's the original ParaMeet that we did. We started off here once a month, every Saturday, the last Saturday in the month, wasn't it?
Mm.
And with that, people would come along, and the idea was that people would come, chat, make new friends, and share information about locations and kit and equipment and everything else like that. And that's where it's grown from. And what we're doing now is like a whole weekend convention sort of thing. And seeing people when they come together, and one of the things that sticks in my mind is people, how it's turning, you look around and you just see people hugging each other, the friendship, the love, the teamwork, and everybody just coming together, sharing information like that. It's just such a wonderful thing. And if you've not been in the paranormal for a while, come along and you will meet so many new friends so quickly, and you'll meet old friends as well. And it's just a great place to kick off if you're just getting back into it.
Mm-hmm. What would you say, Liz?
I love the fact that you can go on your own and you can walk up to anybody and say, "Are you here for ParaMeet?" And they'll go, "Yes." And you can just start chatting about, "Oh, where's your favorite location? Who else do you know? What team do you investigate with? What kit do you use?" And it's like, you might not have met them before, but they feel like old friends after about an hour. I always remember I literally did that, walked up to two couples and started chatting. And somebody else came up and said, "Oh, who are these, Liz?" And I was like, "Oh, no idea. I've just met them." And they were like, "Really? It sounded like you've known each other for years." No, just, you've all got so much in common. There's no judgment. You can be pink, green, dressed as a fairy, dressed as a zombie, pagan, Muslim. It doesn't matter. There is absolutely no judgment whatsoever. You can just be yourself. Sorry, I've got a cat climbing my backdrop.
And if you enjoy a bit of a tipple as well, the bar's always open and there's always somebody in the bar to chat to, isn't there?
Yes, and if you've had enough, it's a big, well, the one down south was in a big park, so you could disappear off and just take 5 minutes by yourself if you needed to. What I'd say is, if you get a day ticket, you will regret not getting a weekend ticket.
Yeah. And it's for a weekend ticket, it's only 20 quid for both days. And
bargain.
That gives you access to all the guest speakers, all the stalls. Something's weird happening in your house.
And the nice thing is the speakers as well. They're all willing to chat afterwards, aren't they? And share their stories and talk to you about other things if you want to. All the speakers are very welcoming, they're very open, and you just see them walking around and just enjoying it with everybody else. And that's one of the nice things as well.
Yeah.
It's my black cat. It's not a spirit, it's my black cat Bronwyn.
There's something
we're all just regular people, so there's no, why should the speakers be any different to anybody? So
that's why we choose the speakers we do. There's no egos in the speakers. Wes says next year would love to come back to ParaMeet.
Yeah, you're always very welcome, Wes.
And then Sean says helped arrange 3 conventions, Paracon and Paraforce in the past. Yeah, come along, Sean. Yeah, I'm sure you will enjoy it. Stephen says, have you worked alongside or have you seen his work of Garth, Leslie Smith's husband? He's a historian on the Vikings.
I've not met him. I've chatted to Leslie Smith's son, who's lovely, but I've not actually had the pleasure of meeting Leslie or Garth. No, I haven't. I think my cat's stuck. Sorry, a bit distracted. No, but he's kind of the kind of person that I'd love to meet and have a chat to. Yes.
Yeah. Wes says, I miss my UK people and I want to make it a yearly visit. We would love to have you back, Wes, obviously. And Vicky said, yeah, Wes, you need to come back, mate. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice that Wes made the trip over from Canada to come.
Yes.
And the year
was
before,
it Mark Warbank that came from New Zealand? Yeah.
Mark Warbank come from New Zealand. So it's nice to have that
little bit extra
that overseas people do come.
Yeah. It's also meeting new teams who are like, where do you want to investigate? And you say, oh, I'd love to investigate, I don't know, Newsham Abbey, Newsham Park. And people go, oh, I'm doing that next week. Do you want to come along?
Yeah.
It opens so many doors that you get a chance to investigate places with people that you'd never think of being able to investigate with. It's fantastic.
So Newsham Park wasn't that started a new word, didn't it? Shampwanker.
Oh, yeah. If you don't know what this conversation is, where this conversation is going, last week South, Jane organised and wrote the questions for the ParaMeet quiz, and the one section was anagrams of famous haunted locations, and Newsham Park ended up as being
Shampwanker. And everyone was saying it.
So the word for ParaMeet South was that. I'm not even going to say it.
That's the other thing. You'll know what all the people are talking about, the in jokes, if you come to ParaMeet.
We do another quiz on Friday.
We can do it if you've got time to organise it, Jane. Mind you, do the same questions because we can't remember the answers anyway.
No.
But Paul Stevenson got the name of his magazine wrong, and Neil got the name of the Haunted Antiques wrong. So, it was crazy. It was fantastic.
I think we're going to do the ParaMeet quiz again on the Friday night, and we will probably keep the same questions.
No, we won't. We're going to have some different ones.
Can't remember the answers anyway.
If people want to do the quiz, do you want the answers a little bit easier? Do you want the quiz a little bit easier?
I do.
Yeah.
I want more questions that I know the answer to.
Well, I think I was in the winning team anyway, so keep them the same. I'm quite happy with that.
No, we'll have to change it then. Vicky says, never met Wes until the ParaMeet South. Now I class him as a paranormal family member.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's ParaMeet.
Yes, same. Yeah.
Oh my God, absolutely hilarious. That's Vicky about the quiz. I can remember the locations. I've got the photos still. So no, we're going to have different questions then.
Yeah, I'll have to do different
Tell
questions.
you what, me and you will have to work out the questions. And then
no, we won't.
We'll be in team A.
It's fun watching the Haunted Antiques team scratching their heads trying to work it out. So do you want the answers a little bit easier, or do we keep it about the same?
I think we keep it the same.
I'll put a poll on ParaMeet Facebook page.
Yes, yeah, we'll do a poll.
Do you actually want the ParaMeet quiz back on the Friday night?
Depends how much I've drunk beforehand.
I was just thinking that one.
Well, it's probably as well to have a few before you come in, because it makes it more fun then.
Yeah, there's more arguments caused though.
Yeah. So anyway, it's gone 9 o'clock.
Oh wow! Okay, that was quick.
So yeah, it goes quick this hour. So we're going to have to finish it now. Otherwise, Jane won't pay in overtime pay.
Jane gets paid?
No, you silly. I don't pay anybody.
Yeah, 10 biscuits, not from pay.
You want 2 custard creams this Saturday? Oh,
that she brought with her.
Yeah, have a plate of some Garibaldi.
No. Wes says a great show. Vicky says, yes, we want to do it, and yes, keep it the same. Oh, and then she said, right, I'm off to the pool now. We don't know that, Vicky.
Enjoy Florida.
Have a good time in Orlando, though.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
We are loving the Raymond Inkley.
Been quite stormy today, but anyway,
I can actually see the sunshine.
Can you?
Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you all for all your comments, and we'll see you all soon. So good night and take care.
So this is where we sit for about a minute, just
waiting for you to
waiting for it to end.
Well, Neil works out which button to press.
Exactly. You're going to know me well, ain't you? All right. We'll see you all soon.
Yeah. Good night.